Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Perfect afternoon for baseball. Family fun day here at the Big A. The Angels going for the series win in the series finale against the Houston Astros. Hi, everybody from inside the Big A. He's Mark. I'm Victor. Glad you could join us once again for Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. And last night, a nice dramatic win for the Angels. A walk-off home run by Josh Hamilton. Second time this year that he has done that.
Yeah, Victor, that was a lot of fun considering the game was kind of looked like it was getting away from the Angels last night. But Josh Hamilton came to the rescue there in the 10th inning to be able to walk off fashion. You mentioned that 2 times this season, Hamilton has done so against Boston. Gets a fastball against Brezzo, drives it out well to right center field. But the reality is that ball was hit well on a fastball. A lot of times that can happen. But when you get an off-speed pitch, that's all your power you're generating yourself. Hit it out the right center field, off-speed pitch, wins the game last night. Second time as an Angel he's been able to do that. Hopefully today in a day game, there'll be a number of Angels hitting home runs here, especially the way the ball travels. Hopefully a victory and a little quicker one in 9 innings.
Brett Oberholzer's going for the Astros. Jason Vargas on the hill for the Angels. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by your Southern California Hyundai dealers. Come in and test drive the sleek, stylish Hyundai Sonata today. By Corona, who invite you to find your beach. And by your SoCal Ram dealers. Visit ramtrucks.com today. Nice walk-off win for the Angels last night. Josh Hamilton's second walk-off home run of the season, 5th of his big league career. And this afternoon, you see the big Thunder Boomers back in the distance down in right center field. We hope those stay away here.
Stay up by the desert.
That's right. It's the finale of this 3-game set. The Angels dropped the opener 8-2. Then last night in 10 innings, 6-5 in 3 hours and 48 minutes. Jason Vargas back out on the mound, and the Angels have taken the field. Take a look at Bo Porter starting 9-4 this afternoon. The Astros at 40 and 82 have Robbie Grossman in left. L.J. Hose jumps up, and he's in right field, batting second. Jose Altuve, the DH today. Chris Carter gets to start at first. He had served as a DH the first 2 games. Carlos Corporate gets to start behind the plate, seeing action for the first time in this series. Matt Dominguez at third, Brandon Barnes in center. Jake Elmore at second, and Marwin Gonzalez at shortstop. So the middle infielders do as well as far as this series is concerned. Taking on Jason Vargas, comes in with a 6-5 mark and a 3.86 ERA.
We'll see how comfortable he is in this start. Last time out against the Yankees, there were some good pitches and some pitches that he'd like to get back. He's been very good at home. His last 5 decisions he has won here at the Big A. 8-2 overall at the Big A in his career, with an ERA 2.75 for Vargas. That changeup so important, but it's all set up by his ability to put that fastball to the inside corner.
Let's take a look at the defense this afternoon. Behind Vargas, J.B. Shuck at left, Mike Trout at center, Colin Cowgill in right. The infield has Chris Nelson and Eric Ibar on the left side, Grant Green and Mark Trumbo on the right, and Chris Inetta behind the plate.
And Chris Nelson at third base should be very active with Vargas, especially with that fastball inside and slider down and in against right-handed batters. He's committed 3 errors, but he's made some outstanding plays, showing good range at third and a strong throwing arm.
Halos with the win last night, 55 and 67. And at home, 2 games under 500 overall at 31 and 33. Astros wearing their alternate orange tops this afternoon. No throwback jerseys or uniforms today. Had fun on 80s Friday, 60s Saturday. We'll just play present day today.
Yeah, why not? Good day to do so.
Why not?
Beautiful day. Sunday. Fun day.
It is fun day. First one for Vargas in for a strike. Grossman a switch hitter. First time we've seen a bat from the right side of this series. And he's had a good series as well. A couple more hits last night, 3 to be exact, 3 for 5. As he lifts this one out toward right, Colin Cowgill drifting to his right is there. 1 away. Jason, of course, making his second start since coming off the disabled list with that blood clot that had to be removed via surgery. Got the start at Yankee Stadium the last time out. It was on the 13th. Lasted 4 1/3 through 77 pitches. Gave up 4 runs, 4 earned on 8 hits. Gave up a couple of home runs. L.J. Hose, the right fielder, steps in. He looks at a strike. Hose was in the middle of the controversial call in the 9th inning last night. As a matter of fact, leadoff single for him, tried to stretch it into a double. He was called safe at second by Eric Cooper and then overturned. This one's out to left center field. Trout giving chase at the wall, leaps up, and he can't get it. L.J. Hose with a home run. First of his big league career, and it's 1-0 Houston.
When we talk about how the baseball carries in this yard, if you make a mistake and you hit the ball in the air, there's a good chance for it to carry out, and that's what Hose was able to do to center field. It's the 12th home run that Vargas has allowed this season. Goes inside with the fastball, but this one stayed out middle of the plate. Vargas, you could tell by his reaction, knew that ball had a chance of getting out, even with Trout almost leaping up and making an unbelievable play once again. Just over his glove.
Altuve swings the first one, shoots one down the right field line. Cowgill runs out of room, bangs into the wall.
Well, it looks like the Astros are up packing right away.
Yeah. But that's kind of been their mentality. They're not an overly patient team. 296 on base percentage as a ball club.
And when you're the guy that's known to throw strikes like Vargas, they're going to be up there swinging right away.
Yeah, this one popped up on the first base side. Trumbo drifting into foul territory. Settles under it, makes the catch, 2 outs. Yeah, much like we saw the Yankees against Jared Weaver at Yankee Stadium.
Why would you want to fall behind in the count and have to deal with secondary pitches? You might get a fastball
first pitch against Vargas and or Weaver, and that may be your best chance to make good contact on a fastball. You always hear everyone talk about seeing a lot of pitches, being patient, but sometimes against certain pitchers, your best pitch to hit may be the first pitch.
Chris Carter at first base takes down low. Take a look at our Hyundai key to the game for it today.
Oh, motley crew, the home sweet home. Jason Vargas, we talked about, won his last 5 decisions at home, 8-2 overall here at the Big A, making his first start at home since coming back from the blood clot.
This is outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Carter, the DH, or pardon me, the first baseman, DH the first 2 games. .216 average, 23 home runs, 62 runs batted in on the year. Multi-hit game yesterday with a double and a single. Picked up an RBI. And it's 3 balls, no strikes. A 1-0 Astros lead. LJ Hose, the right fielder, his first major league home run, out to left center field. Off speed, caught the corner. 3-1. Jeff Kellogg, by the way, is calling the balls and strikes.
Gotta be real careful with a fastball now if you're Vargas against Carter.
Off speed pitch did not go, says Cooper, and it's a walk.
And when you fall behind there and you got Carter, who's got great power and great numbers against the Angels in his career, he's looking for a fastball. And if he hits one in the air the way as strong as he is, that could have been some damage done. With changeup, try to get him aggressive and swing at it, but he was able to hold off and not swing at that pitch.
There's Carlos Corpron, the catcher, switch hitter. No Jason Castro today, with Vargas on the hill and Castro having caught the first 2 games of the series. .253 average, 7 home runs, 17 runs batted in. This one's fouled back and into the Astros booth. Did Ashby make the catch?
It split the defense.
Yeah.
A couple position players in there too.
A catcher and Alan Ashby and Jeff Blum, and neither one of them comes up with the baseball. Kids.
I'll tell you.
Oh, 1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Toby Keith said it is not as good as they used to be.
Yeah. I got to give Ash some grief about that.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
One ball, 1 strike. Chris Carter standing at first with 2 outs here in the first inning. 1-2. Corpron losing the handle of the bat there, the bottom hand coming off.
And Corpron is a guy that's extremely aggressive at the plate. Sure likes to walk around that batter's box quite a bit.
He makes Mike Hargrove very proud.
Yeah.
Human rain delay. Grover sitting at home going, that's my kind of guy.
Between Corpron and even Vernon Wells likes to walk around the batter's box himself.
Now the 1-2. This is pulled to the left side toward the hole. Ibar goes the short way, and they force out Carter. The inning comes to an end, but not before the Astros strike for a run on the LJ Hose home run. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Houston on top. Jason Vargas over by the air conditioner over there at the end of the dugout. It is a warm afternoon here at the Big A. J.B. Shuck will lead things off for the Halos. He's in left field. Colin Cowgill in right. Mike Trout at center. Mark Trumbull, the cleanup hitter at first. Eric Ibar batting fifth at shortstop. Hamilton will serve as a DH this afternoon. Chris Nelson at third base. Chris Inetta behind the plate. Grant Creed batting ninth and playing second. They're taking on the 24-year-old left-hander native of Delaware by the name of Brett Oberholzer.
Oberholzer has a good fastball, good command with that 88 to 92 range. Solid curveball, very good. Changeup's been outstanding his last 3 starts. 2-1 with a .87 ERA. We claim that as part of Pennsylvania, by the way, Delaware.
Do you?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's a big, gigantic Philly, Eagles, or Eagles.
Oh, here we go.
Just making sure you're aware of that.
J.B. Shuck, well, you just did. Now I'm fully aware.
Yes.
0-1 count on J.B. Shuck. J.B., the left fielder, hitting .293 with a home run and 30 runs batted in. This is grounded to short. Merwin Gonzalez comes in, throws off balance, one away. Defensively for the Astros today, you've got Grossman, Barnes, and Hose in the outfield from left to right. The infield has Dominguez, Gonzalez, Elmore, and Carter from third to first, and Corporon behind the plate.
And Hose in right field has shown he could really go get a baseball so far in that position. Came over that trade for Bud Norris. You see him hit the ball well. Home run already in this game. A lot of base hits to the other way, but he's got great coverage in right field and will be challenged with the way the baseball carries during the day here.
Colin Cowgill, the right fielder, steps in. And he will promptly look at a strike. Cowgill last night ended up going 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, a walk, and a strikeout. Angels have struggled against left-handed pitching all season long as Oberholzer delivers a strike, and it's 0-2. Although they swung the bats well against Keiko last night, the lefty. Team batting average of .244 against left-handed pitching this year, compared to .273 against right-handers. 0-2 on the way. That is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oberholzer was drafted out of high school by the Seattle Mariners late, though. Just decided not to sign with the Seminole Community College. Got drafted by the Braves. That one is in. It's 2-2. 8th round pick by the Braves in 2008, and then came over to Houston. Trade deadline deal in 2011. That was the Michael Bourne trade. 2-2. This is up the middle and a base hit. So a 1-out single will bring up Mike Trout.
Nice approach by Cal going up the middle. You see the baseball was out over the plate. Did not try to pull it. Stayed compact. And a base hit in the center field.
Seems like that's the approach you need to kind of take against this guy.
Yeah, he's not overpowering. Like I said, 88 92 range with his fastball. But he pitches inside, as we've seen already in this game, and he tries to change up away, curveball away.
Down and in, and it's 1 ball, no strikes on Trout.
This won't be an easy guy to steal on. He's got a very good move. He's not allowed a stolen base yet this year.
Trout 1 for 3 last night, including a couple of walks. Also picked up a stolen base, scored 2 runs. Two at 0. Trout with a hit last night, extending his string to 39 games in which he has reached base safely, and there's most hits in his first 300 career games with the Halos.
Well, some big names in there too when you think about who's collected those hits. Mike Trout at the top of that list.
Just one of the many boards we'll be building over the next several years.
Yeah.
Quick throw to first, and Cowgill is back.
Well, he just missed making a magical play in center field when he leaped up for that home run ball by Hose in center field.
Good lead for Calgill at first base. 1-0 Houston. This is pulled and off the glove of Dominguez and into left. So extend that streak now to 40 straight games in which he has reached base safely.
And hit well, and right-handed batters did not hit Oberholzer real well. Just hitting 205, yet 2 base hits by right-handed batters already in the game. Just off the glove. We've seen a number of baseballs just off the glove of Dominguez at third base.
He's going to throw strikes. Oberholzer, that is. Started his career by going 16 consecutive innings without issuing a walk. Second longest streak in Astros history.
He's got a good pace too about it. He's not wasting time.
Got 2 lefties on the mound that work very quickly as Trumbo just chased the first pitch out of the strike zone, and it's an 0-1 count. Mark last night, a couple of extra base hits, the home run in the second, a 2 RBI triple in the third. Ended up going 2 for 5 overall. The 0-1. Challenged him. No balls, 2 strikes.
Now, after Trumbo, you just have to shorten up your swing. You got HOU playing extremely deep in right field. And if he's going to pitch you away, just try to shorten up that swing, make good contact, get that base hit in the right field. You had your couple big-time swings. Now you shorten up behind in the count.
Force the issue, too, with Carter at first base, way off the line, not the slickest of fielders. And he fouls that one at the plate. Foul tipped, hung on to by Corcoran. 2 outs.
Now let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind. Let's go back to last night. A great defensive play first by Calgill off the wall. Throws a perfect throw into Eric Ibar, who applies the tag on the number of HOU's number 2. Initially called safe, and then after a consultation with the umpires, reversed the call and then ruled out as Eric Ibar reacted. And I think that was the biggest part of the changing of the call, his reaction right away. All of a sudden they realized as umpires that he indeed tagged HOU on the numbers.
.285 average for Eric. 4 home runs, 42 RBIs. Calgill at second, Trout at first. The first one is in for a strike. 3-hit game last night for Ibar. 2 singles, a double, 2 runs batted in. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, both these pitchers throw strikes. Both will pitch inside, but their bread and butter off speed away after they be able to establish their fastballs inside.
One pitch. Ibar hits one out toward left field. Grossman giving chase, is back there, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get a couple of men on and leave them stranded. We've played 1. Houston on top 1-0. Dominguez, Barnes, and Elmore here in the second inning. A lot of kids in attendance. A warm afternoon, so hopefully stay hydrated and with lathering on that sunscreen.
Yes, no question.
A little bullfrog on the nose. Were you one of those guys?
No.
With the white, you didn't
No.
put that white bullfrog stuff on your nose?
No. Was it ever sunny in Philadelphia that we had to worry about that?
I don't know, bro.
No.
Not like you lived there your entire life.
Long enough to realize it was only sunny like once every couple weeks.
Not in Baseball City, Florida?
No. Yes. That I needed some sunscreen down there, definitely.
How about that ballpark?
Yeah, that was beautiful. In beautiful Haines City.
Haines City, just outside of Orlando. Dominguez fouls it off. It's an 0-2 count. Matt Dominguez hitting .230, 15 home runs, 57 runs batted in. 1 for 4 game last night, single. Chatsworth High School product. This one's line to left on an 0-2 pitch. A base hit for Dominguez. Leadoff man is on.
Coming up later in the game on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update, we'll check out Darvish, the Deviling. He's going for his 4th straight win, coming off a game in which he had 15 strikeouts against the Astros. That's 5 games he's had this year, 14 or more strikeouts for Darvish. And the A's trying to avoid 4th straight home series loss. They've been struggling lately. They haven't scored enough runs to offset some pitching, and it hasn't been as consistent. Tommy Malone called up to get the start as Bartolo Colon misses the start today.
Ill groin strain for Bartolo. First one to Barnes is outside. Astros center fielder hitting .232, 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. The Halos have had their hands full in this series with Astros hitters. 27 hits combined for the Astros in the first 2 games of the series. 13 Friday, 14 last night.
And that's for a club coming into this series. Worst batting average in the American League.
Bo Porter, first year at the helm. 2 balls and no strikes on Barnes. Dominguez standing at first base. This one's looped out to left field. It's a base hit. Shuck gets it back in, and Dominguez stops at second. So back-to-back hits to start the second inning.
Well, they have been relentless swinging the bat here in this series.
Astros last night 3 for 7 with men in scoring position, 7 for 22 in the series.
We believe a bunt situation is being set up now for the Astros.
Jake Elmore is the second baseman. .237 average with a couple home runs, 6 runs batted in. And Elmore swings away.
Well, they are up hacking at the first pitch. They have not stopped yet in the game.
Elmore, 26-year-old. Most of the season at AAA. Hitting .300 there. 13 doubles. 16 stolen bases. Good speed. Got Dominguez at second base. Barnes at first. And this one's out to left field. Another base hit. 3 straight hits. And we saw this last night against Garrett Richards. Jason Vargas just being right over the heart of the plate. Astros not missing it. Bases are loaded.
Look like another fastball too. Hasn't really had that command or feel for his changeup. Hasn't thrown enough changeups quite yet. They're jumping on a fastball. Still looking for him to be able to pick up that extra 2-3 miles per hour on his fastball as he builds up arm strength again. It's very difficult to do so when you've pitched well. You've got a number of innings under your belt, and all of a sudden you have to shut it down for a while. You have surgery. on the blood clot, and it's dealing with your throwing arm, so you have to shut it down for a while. Then you're trying to build that arm strength back up. Sometimes it's difficult to have that feel for your fastball.
Merwin Gonzalez looks at a strike. The shortstop, switch hitter, hitting .230. 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Bottom part of the order is the .230 club for Houston, especially with Elmore in there and Gonzalez. Jonathan Villar got the start at shortstop first 2 games. Altuve the DH today. This one back toward the middle, should be a double play. Green touches the bag, fires the first. They get the double play. The run scores, and it's 2-0 Houston.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Vargas and the Angels, you'll take that. You'll be willing to give up a run to get 2 outs, and they were fortunate enough to get 2 outs. Nice play by Grant Green. Slow roller, fields it, steps on the base, and completes 4-3 double play. Well done by Grant Green.
The other thing, too, is that ahead of the count with that strike on the outside corner opened up the off-speed pitch, getting Gonzalez way out in front, breaking his bat. Grossman looks at a strike. Hit a fly ball to right field. Lead off the game. 0 for 1. 302 average from the right side. 248 from the left. But that said, he's had 5 hits in the series from the left side of the plate.
Vargas has faced 10 batters so far in this game, 8 first pitch strikes. So it hasn't really been an issue of first pitch strike. It's been command after he gets ahead of the count.
1-1, base hit to left field. That'll bring in another run. This one's actually going to go all the way to the wall. Grossman in at second with a double. The Angels trail it 3-0. 4 hits in the inning for Houston. And everything to left field off a right-handed batter.
Another fastball in the inner half, but they're getting their hands tucked in and driving that fastball. Not enough consistent velocity or movement in there for Vargas. We've seen him with the cut action on his 4-seam fastball inside the righties. He may start off with off speed now. First pitch, either curveball or changeup. Even break up that sequence he's been going into, fastball, fastball.
Hose with a home run in the first inning started the scoring for Houston. First big league home run. 1 for 1. 5 hits already for the Stros here through an inning and 2/3. And Grossman's yet another 2-out hit and 2-out run allowed by the Angels this year. Angels last in Major League Baseball in both of those categories. 0-1. 0-2.
Well, he's indeed backed it up with back-to-back changeups to start this sequence against Hose. No reason why you can't throw another changeup right here if you're Vargas.
Oh-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, chopped toward second base. Green's got it. Off balance throw. Trumbo does a nice job of blocking it. It's going to be a tough play. And Hose picks up a base hit. Infield knock.
It's well played by Trumbo. You're not going to get him at first. You just give up your body to keep that baseball in front of you. No way you're going to throw at Hose going down the line. The low throw, and Trumbo just keeps his body squared up to keep it in front, almost like a catcher, only knows when the pitch is going to be in the dirt.
So Jose Altuve at the plate. Runners at the corners now. Altuve popped out in foul territory in the first. Jose, the Freddie Patek of this generation. Fouls the first one back. Strohs with a run in the first, 2 so far here in the second. It's Robbie Grossman who had himself an RBI double. Infield single for Hose. He's 2 for 2. 32 pitches thrown by Vargas. They'll throw on to first. Two outs, and worried about Hose over at first. No balls and a strike. Breaking pitch punched out to right. Calgill was playing perfectly, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end, but Houston adds to their lead. They get 2 runs, and they do it on 5 hits. They lead at 3-0. Nelson and I had netted to face Brett Oberholzer, and of course the walk-off home run last night for Josh.
An off-speed pitch too. They just stayed middle of the plate, but still impressive to stay back and get squared up on that baseball and driving out his second walk-off home run of the season. Back July 6th against the Red Sox and last night against the Astros.
Looks at a strike from Oberholzer. That's an 0-1 count. Oberholzer allowed back-to-back hits with 1 out of the first, but then struck out Trumbull. Got Ibar to hit a fly ball to deep left. Oh, 2. See a lot of guys taking pitches. First time that any of these guys have seen Oberholzer. 4th appearance in the big leagues. That was pretty close. 1-2. Overshift is on. And that is the second baseman, Elmore, out in shallow right field.
And what you want to do as a hitter when you see a pitcher for the first time is to try to track the baseball out of his hand initially.
Rolled foul.
He's got pretty good deception. Throws across his body, hides the baseball well.
Well, like you pointed out, not a big guy, not overpowering. Looks like he could spot his pitches, at least here in the early going. This one's ripped down the line. That's a fair ball. Hamilton might have a triple here. Hose plays the carom. Josh is not going to stop.
That's his third triple of the year. Sometimes you forget because of the size of Josh Hamilton how fast he is. And once he gets going, he's very quick. It's that fastball inner half and right out of the batter's box. He's thinking triple. He's got those long strides and also knows how to run the baseball. Cuts the corners, shortens the length to the bases and slides it easily with a triple.
Leadoff man reaching for the Angels. Here's Chris Nelson. Infield back for Houston. Hose, by the way, the right fielder, took him a while to get to that corner because he was playing to his right a little bit more toward the alley and right center. Nelson takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
And you see how Oberholzer hides the baseball well, throwing across his body. Then as a hitter, then you try to track the baseball coming out of his hand. You look for that batter's eye, and then you read the rotation of the pitch.
This one out to right field. Hose is there, makes the catch. Hamilton will come in to score. And it's a sac fly for Chris Nelson. 3-1 Houston.
Well done by Chris Nelson, helping the Angels respond right back to the 2 runs that the Astros scored in the top of the second. Hamilton at the base, waiting. The Hose catches the baseball, then comes in and scores. We saw what happened in New York with Chris Nelson at third base and did a good job as far as tagging up, but according to the umpires, he didn't. Was ruled out.
And Tommy Field had his first Major League RBI negated because of that overturned call.
Changed that whole game.
Iannetta fouls it off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, you can look at the box score and say, well, they end up, what was it, 10-4 final? At that point, it would have been 4-4. The Angels are still hitting, and Mike Scioscia used that bullpen a little bit differently when that game is tied as compared to when it's still behind in the ball game.
2 balls and 1 strike. Iannetta with a .212 average, 6 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Two balls, 2 strikes. Chris last night 0 for 2. Ground out, a strikeout, a walk. Astros on top 3-1 here in the second. Grant Green on deck. 2-2 on the way. This one's fouled back. Full count. Oberholzer in his last start came against Texas on the 12th.
Dave Clark in the dugout trying to stay cool. Tell you what, it is real hot here today.
(3-2) and he walked him. First walk issued by the lefty. Go back and reevaluate the AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. Most dominant pro athlete in Houston. Earl Campbell, Nolan Ryan, Hakeem Olajuwon. No Jeremy Lin. No Dwight Howard.
Oh.
Not yet. Too soon?
Potentially too soon.
Hashtag
How about J.J. Watts?
Yeah, good call. Send us a tweet at Fox Sports West. We'll give you the final totals. Hakeem Olajuwon easily running away with this. Grant Green fouls off the first one. It's an 0-1 count. Green hitting .382. A couple of doubles and an RBI.
And Nolan Ryan with a no-hitter. Remember the Astros? All-time leader in strikeouts.
Grant actually with 2 runs batted in. No balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order, and JB Shuck on deck. Hamilton with a leadoff triple here in the second. Chris Nelson brought him home with a sacrifice fly. Chris picking up his 13th RBI. This one's yanked foul down the third base line, not in front of the off speed. Iannetta not a very big lead at first base. Just one out here in the second. This one's fouled off to the right.
Well, a lot of souvenirs already in this game.
Keepsakes, if you will.
Yes. Both pitchers, a lot of strikes. Some foul balls, fastballs in. Both of them throw fastballs in, change-ups away.
I think I know what I'm going to get Jason Vargas for Christmas. I think he's fond of that AC unit.
Yes. I would have been a fan of that too if it would have been in the dugout, believe me.
Especially in Kansas City as Green goes down swinging on the off-speed pitch, 2 down.
Yeah, it was quite comfortable in that dugout there.
Fans, one of the most affordable ways to see the Halos is with the OC Registered Family Fun Pack. This pack includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only
Trumbo, 44.
It worked last night.
Yes.
3 RBIs for Trumbo. Fun packs are available for select games while supplies last. Purchase your tickets, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office, or log on at angels.com/Fun
Pack.
Fun Pack. Strikeout of Green, the second for Oberholzer. 2 outside, that is still at first, and JB looks at a strike. Chuck grounded out to short in the first inning. 0 for 1.
We just feel that left-handers will have a good opportunity against Oberholzer because he doesn't really have that nasty breaking ball. So everything's going to be out on the outside part of the plate. He tries to sneak a fastball in, but as a left-handed batter, you can make good contact against him.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Lefty's hitting .286 against him. Compared to 280, a 205 by right-handed batters. 5-0-2 counts already in the game for Oberholzer. He's around his zone, there's no question. Well, he did walk Iannetta.
Breaking pitch. Laid off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, wouldn't it lead you to believe that if you're a lefty and you're struggling against left-handers, especially in a starter capacity, but you have a good changeup that you throw to right-handers, that you would incorporate that or try to incorporate?
I don't know why lefties are so shy about throwing a changeup to a left-handed batter. Charlie Liebrand, who had a great one when I was in Kansas City, didn't throw that hardly ever.
Iannetta's thrown out, trying to steal. And the inning comes to an end. The Angels end up with a run, courtesy of the sac fly by Chris Nelson. 2 in the books. Houston's on top 3-1. Angels tickets this month with the Fox Sports West Ticket Takeover. Sounds so aggressive.
Yes.
Log on at angels.com/FSWest during our broadcast and enter promo code FOXDEAL. You can save up to 50% on select tickets while supplies last. All Ticketmaster fees do apply. Just log on now.
The Indians coming in for a 3-game series starting tomorrow night. And get back to that, what I was talking about with Charlie Leeman. Early on in his career, he didn't throw any changeups to left-handed batters. And finally, when we were just having a conversation, a bunch of us pitchers together said, Charlie, why don't you throw your changeup to a lefty? Well, I was always told that's not a smart pitch to throw. Then eventually said, well, why not try it? And he did. The next thing you know, he was getting left-handed batters out consistently. Both these lefties here today, their batting average against Vargas by lefties is .319. And Oberholzer, .288. So the bottom line is you have to incorporate your changeup because that gives you a little bit more of the plate to go away against them and be more consistent.
Carter went around, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. What that would tell me, just by looking at the numbers, and you got 2 lefties, and their batting average against for left-handed batters is so high, is that they don't have that sharp, hard breaking ball to fool left-handed hitters. As Carter takes low, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But it makes it better, that breaking ball, if you throw the changeup, because you're going to have a similar type of speed, a different, it's going to have a different rotation than the fastball's action on the seams of the baseball. And that's what, even Tim Salmon was talking about that with you in the pregame show about the rotation and seeing the baseball out of the hand of a pitcher. Then you can read the pitch by the rotation of the seams. Your changeup and curveball are going to be similar. Granted, it's going to be a slightly different break.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Carter. Drew a walk in the first inning. The only walk issued by Vargas. Carter, Corporon, and Dominguez here in the third for the Stros. From 0-2 to 3-2. It seems like some lefties that struggle against left-handed batters, they try to throw that front door slider. And that's the one that typically gets yanked down the line as Carter fouls this one back.
Yeah, when we talk about that changeup and breaking ball, especially with a left-handed batter against a lefty, they're always looking and tracking away. But if you throw that changeup here, it's going to break in down in here. Then all of a sudden you have that outside part of the plate available for your breaking ball or your fastball. But that need to throw the changeup off speed inside is so important for him.
So leadoff man reaching for the second straight inning. Second walk issued by Vargas. Corporon, the catcher, will step up. Fielder's choice for him. He ended the first inning. So he's 0 for 1. Oh, and 1. .41 pitches, 29 strikes for Jason Vargas. Trumbull playing in front of Carter at first base. Nothing easy as of yet for Vargas.
Head of the count again, 0-2. Now when you've given up 6 hits through the first couple of innings, then you're more apt to try to be too fine when you're ahead of the count. First pitch, that's fine. Beat off the plate. 1-2 count, that's when as a pitcher you try to finish off that hitter. You don't want to get him even up and then ahead of the count himself at 3-2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Now with that elevated fastball, you think Vargas has the outside part of the plate now set up for a changeup.
One, 2. This one's fouled off to the right. Houston getting a home run by L.J. Hose in the first inning. And tacking on 2 runs on 5 hits in the second. Take a 3-0 lead before the Angels got one back in the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. Corcoran now has a full count.
Back-to-back full counts for Vargas. Yep.
Three-two out to center field. Trout is there. 1 out.
One of the interesting thing about Vargas' outing so far, last inning he threw 18 pitches, 15 strikes, yet gave up 5 hits and 2 runs. Still, again, it's very difficult when you've had that long of a period of time in between starts. He had his last start in Yankee Stadium. When you come back from any type of surgery and you've been down for a while as far as throwing, there's peaks and valleys as far as your arm strength and accuracy with your pitches.
Hey, go back to that second inning. Not one batter saw more than 3 pitches in any one at bat.
Remember the conversation we had with Jerry Weaver when he came back from his broken left elbow. The conversation was velocity. Where is it? Well, it takes some time to be able to build that arm strength back. It's like you're starting spring training all over again.
This one lifted foul and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Dominguez, who singled to lead off the second. Came around to score.
Well, how many baseballs have we seen hit in that area of the stands in the last 2 nights?
So if you're buying those Fox Sports West ticket takeover tickets, get them on the first base.
Yeah,
side.
you want to be right down there.
Yeah. Carter takes off. The hit and run is on. It's a base hit to right. Carter rounds second. Heads to third. The throw is cut off. 7th hit of the afternoon allowed by Vargas. And the Astros have runners at first and third with 1 out, and Barnes coming up.
2nd hit of the game by Dominguez.
Brandon Barnes, the center fielder, singled in the second. See his splits against lefties and righties. Looks at a breaking pitch for a strike. No visit to the mound. You've got a veteran in Jason Vargas. He knows what he needs to do, and nothing. You're not seeing rockets everywhere. Seen a lot of hits.
This doesn't have that finish off pitch. They're able to make contact.
Yep. But that said, you've got a bullpen too out in left field that is overworked. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Well, I always believe as a starting pitcher, you take it upon yourself. You can even go up to your guys in the bullpen and say, hey guys, just relax today. I have 9 innings in me. Even if it doesn't happen, the mindset is, as a starting pitcher, you want to go 9 innings. You want to give the bullpen an opportunity to rest. They're better off when they're knowing certain days they're going to come into games. Some days they have that opportunity to have the day off. You need those type of pitches in your starting rotation.
0-2 bounce foul behind Dave Tremblay, the third base coach.
And prior to going on to the stable list, Vargas with 2 complete games, including a shutout. So he's a guy that's been given innings for Mike Scioscia to give the opportunity for the bullpen the rest.
Carter led off the inning with a walk. He stands over at third base. Dominguez with a 1-out singles over at first. About a double play ball. 0-2. Off speed, down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vargas got a double play ball off the bat of Merwin Gonzalez in the second inning.
Barnes not easy to double up. He's only grounded into 1 double play this season. Which is pretty impressive when you think about it as a right-handed batter. Over 300 at bats this season.
The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. Eric Cooper at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Barnes is a guy you can get to expand the strike zone, as Vargas just attempted. 90 strikeouts and 303 at bats.
And just 18 walks, so he's up there swinging.
Old school with no batting gloves. Orange County product, Catella High School and Cypress Junior College. Full count.
Be real interesting if Bo Porter sends Matt Dominguez, who doesn't run real well, with no stolen base on the season, on a 3-2 count. I think because of Barnes only grounded into 1 double play, that affords him not to send Dominguez here. Because if Barnes swings and misses, there's a good opportunity to have a strike him out, throw him out.
Jake Elmore, the second baseman, on deck. Barnes just the 4th batter here in the 3rd. A lot of pitches thrown by Vargas in this inning. He's got 56 in the game. A 3-1 Houston lead, trying to keep it there. Dominguez does not go, and Barnes draws the walk. So they're loaded up now for Elmore. Jason just doesn't have it tonight.
It is the feel for the strike zone, even though he's throwing strikes for the most part. It's the feel and finish of his pitches. And he started off the beginning part of the year in April struggling. Then all of a sudden got on that great roll, the AL pitcher of the month in the month of May, and was throwing the ball exceptionally well. Then all of a sudden, diagnosed with a blood clot, had his surgery, and just finally came back that last start in New York.
.24 pitches so far here in the 3rd. And Jake Elmore will step in. Second baseman had a single in that second inning. Oh, so he's 1 for 1. Carter at 3rd, Dominguez at 2nd, and Barnes at 1st. No place to put him. Second time in the game already in which the Astros have had the bases loaded. Oh, and 1. Elmore with a long look down to Dave Tremblay. Oh, 1 pitch. Good off speed. 0-2.
Now you look for Vargas to have that finish pitch right here. He has not had that yet.
Oh, 2 on the way to Elmore. It's down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Merwin Gonzalez on deck. Just kind of see body language wise frustration pardon me, on Jason Vargas.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just don't feel right. You might not have no discomfort, but you just don't feel you have life in your arm.
1-2. Swing and a miss, down it goes, and there's the first strikeout of the game for Vargas. 2 down.
Let's take a look at our head and shoulders to whip. Go back to an earlier start before discomfort. 2-seam fastball from Jason Vargas gets a swing and miss with velocity location against the Dodgers back May 30th. And then the fastball, 2-seam fastball today. Similar type of grip, but still not quite the life on the fastball. That high fastball, the Barnes almost got the swing at, but 86-87 as compared to 88-89. Doesn't seem like a lot. It's that last little zip on the fastball, 2-seam fastball that got those swing and misses and set up his secondary pitches.
Gets Gonzalez a swing and foul one back. First pitch of this at bat. It's an 0-1 count. Going to be a bullpen game for the Angels for sure. Gonzalez rolled into a double play in the second, so he's 0 for 1. 7 hits for the Astros. The 0-1. Like Gonzalez, like Barnes, guy that always hacking. In the hole now. And this inning started, remember, with an 0-2 count to Chris Carter. He eventually worked the walk.
It's his 7th 0-2 count. It's a pretty good indication he doesn't quite have that finish pitch. Just one punch out in the game for Vargas.
Foul back. Climbing the ladder.
He was on that too. Now you got to believe he's going to try to balance something off speed, whether it's his curveball or changeup.
Gonzalez had been down at AAA, recalled on Wednesday. Started the year with Houston. This one's fouled off again. Count still at 0 balls, 2 strikes. This is looped out toward Grant Green. The inning comes to an end. So he bent but did not break. He left the bases loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's still a 3-1 Houston lead. Hey folks, the sports and highlight show you've been waiting for is here. Fox Sports Live with Jay Onright and Dan O'Toole, joined by Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, Andy Roddick, and Carissa Thompson to bring you everything you need to know about the world of sports. Fox Sports Live airs nightly on Fox Sports 1. Jamie Shuck, Colin Cowgill, Mike Trout here in the third inning for the Halos. JB was at the plate when Chris Arnetto was thrown out trying to steal in the second. Chuck 0 for 1 with a ground ball to short. Dominguez playing in on the grass at third base. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Roseman playing shallow and toward the foul line and left. 1-2. Barnes shallow and to the opposite alley. Left center. There's the 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball towards short. Gonzalez picks it, gets rid of it quickly. It's a high throw, but Carter keeps the foot on the bag. 1 away. So twice they've tried to pitch him that way. He's trying to take it the other way, but Gonzalez getting a good jump on it.
And playing more so in the hole at shortstop to take away that potential hit between short and third.
So with 1 out, nobody on, Colin Cowgill steps to the plate. Singled his first time up, so he's 1 for 1.
3 hits last night with a walk.
Joe's bunt drops one down to third base line, and Dominguez gets it in foul territory.
The thing he got at that point, that baseball was trying to roll its way back into fair territory.
Not a bad idea with Trout behind you. I'd almost try another one to first base.
Yeah.
Force the issue with Carter.
Bottom line is, as a pitcher, you know who's on deck. You're well aware of that. You know who you're facing in the batter's box, but you also look over at the corner of your eye and you see Mike Trout, well, at least close to the on-deck circle.
General vicinity.
Yes.
It's kind of like that double play at second base. He's in the area. Oh, 1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Dominguez has it. 2 outs. Back-to-back ground ball outs. That'll bring up Trout. Singled in the first. 3 hits allowed by Overholzer. 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. Wanted him. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oberholzer doesn't give you many opportunities to square up the baseball with a good part of the bat. Shows enough in, but then he tries to get you consistently out of way.
2 balls and 1 strike.
So as a right-handed batter, you're almost forced to have to hit the ball at the right center field or center field to get one out of the ballpark.
A 3-1 count with Trumbo on deck. And for a good chunk of the season, and we've seen that the struggles that the Angels have had against left-handed pitching, a lot of it has been trying to pull those outside pitches. Now the 3-1.
Just like that, change up. Granted, you're ahead of the count. You're trying to drive the ball, get extra base type power behind your swing. But you're not going to get a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Had a 3-1 changeup. Very good one.
Payoff pitch. Trout drives into the alley in right center field. That's going to get down and go for extra bases. Hose was shading him that way, so Trout will stop at second with a 2-out double. Second hit of the game.
And that's that approach we're talking about, going to right center field. Trying to go inside with this fastball, but it was out over the plate and away. Went right with that pitch. Boy, that swing is so compact and strong from Trout.
Two-strike approach. Granted, we're talking about Mike Trout, but as Mark Trumbo steps to the plate, that's what you'd like to see. And we've seen him do it. We've seen the back-to-back seasons now, the first half of the year for Trumbo. He's been taking that two-strike approach out to right field.
And especially after your first at-bat, you saw the pitches you were getting from Oberholzer. They were away, even off the plate. So that's the approach you have to think. He may try to sneak something inside, but it's more for effect. Look away, drive the ball away.
Strikeout in the first, so he's 0 for 1. This was pulled through the left side. That's a base hit. Trout's going to be waved in. Here comes the throw from Grossman. He air mails it. Nobody's backing up. So Trumbo ends up at second base. It's 3-2 Houston.
Well, not a wise decision by Grossman. We saw him throw a pretty good throw in the home plate last night, but he didn't seem like he was committed to his throw, and then end up dropping his elbow and elevating the throw over the cutoff man. Change up middle of the plate against Trumbo, gets it in between short and third, but that commitment to his throw wasn't there, and then he drops his elbow in a high throw and allows Trumbo to get into scoring position for Eric Ibar, who's been one of the most consistent hitters on the Angels in these spots with runners in scoring position.
No error on Grossman. Trumbo was on his way to second. So it's a single.
So Trumbo now leads Trout.
Yeah.
In the RBI total, 79-78.
Ibar tries to bunt his way on and buts it foul. Again, trying to bunt it over to third.
But I just, got done saying that Eric Ibar has been one of the most consistent hitters with runners in scoring position. And with 2 outs, you want to be the hero. That's what your mindset has to be as a hitter. You want to be the guy that drive him in.
Eric with a fly ball out to left field in the first inning. She's 0 for 1. 0-2. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Angels here in the third. 3-2 Houston. In the dirt. 1-2 now. Big lead for Trumbo at second. 1-2 pitch. Ibar lifts one out to right. LJ Hose moving over. The inning comes to an end, but the Angels do pick up a run on back-to-back hits. We've played 3. Houston leads at 3-2. Trout and Trumbo getting a run in for the Angels. Double by Trout, the single and RBI for Mark. Cuts the deficit to 1 now. Jason Vargas back out on the hill. It's been a struggle for him through 3 innings. A long 3rd inning that fortunately for the Angels resulted in no runs, and he'll face the top of the order here in Grossman, Hose, and Altuve. Robbie Grossman, the left fielder, is 1 for 2. Grossman hooks one foul, and it's an 0-1 count. Grossman kind of reminds me of a little bit from the right side of the plate. Kevin Millar. A little waggle with the bat, trying to hook things.
Look, I was going to say, try to hook one off the Green Monster or over the Green Monster.
One ball, 1 strike. Grossman from nearby Houston. Cypress. 1-1. 1-2.
Good curveball from Vargas. Haven't seen him throw many of those pitches yet.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Jason's thrown 70 pitches through 77. His first start off the DL. Full count. LJ Hose is on deck. Payoff pitch. Grossman lifts one out to right. 1 away. Boy, if you can get Vargas to live right there against those right-handed hitters.
It's used a big part of the ballpark. Even though the baseball does carry well during the day here, it's a long way to go the opposite way for a right-handed batter.
Hose is 2 for 2. Home run in the first inning and a single in the second. Looks a strike 1. A lazy, warm afternoon here at the Big A. Houston with a run in the first, 2 of the second. Halos with solo runs in the second and third.
It's been an odd game for Vargas. He's faced 20 batters. 17 times he threw a first pitch strike. It's that inability to finish off a hitter.
Breaking pitch off the end of the bat to second. 2 down. Folks, the Halos take on the Indians coming up tomorrow. 3-game set, but on Tuesday at 7:05, fans in attendance will receive an Angels scratcher and a chance to win a party suite, autographed items, merchandise discounts, and more. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com or by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office. Terry Francona, the Cleveland Indians in town. Cleveland, to start of the day, 6 back in the American League Central Division. Tigers won today. They defeated the Kansas City Royals 6-3. So Kansas City drops back to 8.5, which is what their deficit was when they went into that weekend series.
That third baseman for the Tigers hit a home run again. I can't recall his name though.
Yeah, me neither. Triple Crown guy last year. Vargas with his first 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels down by a run. matchups.
Danny Salazar taking on Jared Weaver, who's had tremendous success against Cleveland. Callister going against C.J. Wilson. Justin Masterson, who's throwing the ball very well for Cleveland, sure goes up against Jerome Williams. The 4 o'clock start on Wednesday.
Halo's knocked around Masterson in Cleveland. Swung the bats well against him.
Good to see you're one of your favorite players, Nick Swisher, in town.
Yeah. My guy. Josh Hamilton swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off to the left. It's an 0-1 count. Josh tripled his first plate appearance. That came leading off the second, and he scored on the Chris Nelson sac fly.
Last 10 games hit nearly 360. Well, he came inside with that fastball again. That's the same exact pitch that Hamilton hit for a triple his first at bat.
Oh, 2 lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Triple for Hamilton, his 3rd of the year. One, 2 is out toward right center field. A towering shot. Barnes is back at the wall. Score! Big fly for Josh Hamilton. Ties this game up at 3.
Josh Hamilton continues to swing the bat well. We just showed that graphic, what he's done in the last 10 games. 359 batting average with 2 home runs, making 3 home runs now. Again, Oberholzer doesn't have that finish-off pitch against a left-handed batter, and Hamilton made him pay for it. Fastball that was elevated middle of the plate, way out the center field. What, you talk about squaring up a baseball, getting on the good part of the barrel? Hamilton did.
So all square now at 3 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th. 19th of the year. 60th run batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nelson.
And Barnes thought he might have had a shot at getting this baseball in the dead center field.
This one off the end of the bat towards first. Carter takes it himself. 1 out.
I, as a pitcher, always appreciate the effort here as an outfielder, especially when the ball is hit as well that Hamilton did in center field. Barnes leaping up on the wall, but doesn't realize that ball's well out.
Seriously, you appreciate that effort? Now, an effort,
I like that first
by
couple
definition,
steps.
is, hey, you run back toward the warning track, right?
You don't like that, Ricky? I never was a big fan of Ricky Henderson just standing there in his position, not even giving it a courtesy look.
Hey, man, a bomb is a bomb. Sometimes Jim Rice used to do it, too, at Fenway Park.
Oh, yeah.
Never took his hands off his knees as Iannetta swings and misses the 0-1 count. Jumping out the ball up on the wall there. And
He's trying to be Marvin Barnes going up and getting a rebound.
that ball's up in Bo Jackson territory.
Yes. That had some height and distance.
That thing, yeah. That's not easy to do. I mean, that's just pure strength to get a ball that high to go that far.
So his last 3 at bats, home run, triple home run for Hamilton. That'll help out the slugging percentage.
1-1 Iannetta. Off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. Chris Drew walk in the second inning. The only base on balls that Oberholzer's allowed. Two ones out toward left center field. Barnes giving chase, and he will run it down. 2 outs. Well, we've seen that and talked about it way too often this year. The terrific plays that Barnes has made against the Angels. That was a good jump.
You know, off the bat, it looked like it had a chance at splitting the gap and being a double to left center field. But Barnes, great closing speed, tracked it down. Almost made it look routine by the time the ball got to him.
2 outs, bases clear for Grant Green. Green struck out in the second, 0 for 1. 2 punch outs for Oberholzer. This one's popped up down the right field line. L.J. Hose drifting in and toward the line. The inning comes to an end. So Oberholzer settles down, gets the next 3 guys for Josh Hamilton. For the second time in the game, a leadoff extra base hit. This one a home run that ties things up at 3.
Yeah, we back.
Availability at 1-800-PICK-AT. TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-AT&T. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Toyota's nationwide clearance event. Now you can save big on every Toyota car, truck, and SUV. Top of the 5th inning, tied at 3 here at the Big A. Jason Vargas struggled through the first 3 innings, but had a nice 4th inning, a 1-2-3 inning. 77 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout.
He has a quick inning here, put himself in position to potentially, with the offense swinging the bat much better the last couple of innings, an opportunity to win the game. Especially because of that man right there, a triple and a home run so far.
You might start to see some action in the Angels bullpen, considering the number of pitches he has thrown. Second start off the DL, and now a 3-3 game. As Chris Carter looks at a strike, Carter twice has worked a walk. No official at bats for him today. Playing first base. 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's not a bad pitch right there for Vargas. I wonder if that caught the lower part of the strike zone before Iannetta caught that pitch.
This one's pulled foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Juan Gutierrez beginning to loosen. Two and two. Vargas has retired 5 consecutive batters since walking Barnes to load the bases in the 3rd. Picked up his first strikeout for the 2nd out in the 3rd inning, and then got Gonzalez to line out. No runs coming across. 2-2, swing and a miss. Down goes Carter, and there's the first out.
Second punch out of the game for Vargas. After a number of off-speed pitches, sneaks a fastball away. Carter was anticipating a changeup. A lot of pitches away. This one on the inner half, the rest down and away. Finish them off with a fastball.
Carlos Corpron, 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and fly ball to center. Jason Castro getting the afternoon off. Might see him as a pinch hitter a little bit later on. Good offensive catcher. Done a nice job defensively as well. Corpron, after taking his leisurely stroll, backs out. One ball, one strike. All right, so now, well, I saw a little bit of Kevin Millar in Robbie Grossman. A little Victor Martinez here in Carlos Corpron. Especially when he gets in the stance.
A little closed stance.
Popped up to right field. Call him Cowgill. I could play this game all day long.
Yeah,
I love doing that, man.
I'm sure Carlos would love that comparison.
Yeah.
Victor, one of the all-time great switch hitters. Great numbers,
yeah.
Great run producer. He's got his swing together now. He started off slow with the Tigers. Now he's got that batting average up close to where he normally would be.
Do you find yourself doing that, even just at home when you're watching games?
I was just trying to think who Oberholzer reminds me of. I'm thinking of a pitcher with the Braves back in the day.
He reminds me of somebody as well, too, and I can't put a finger on it. Dominguez takes a strike, 0-1. Matt Dominguez, the third baseman, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, 6 for 11 in the series. Trumbo will give it a look, but it's into the seats. 0-2. Well, one guy that keeps coming up for Oberholzer for me, kind of a thicker version of Chris Hammond, former Cincinnati Red, good changeup.
Even Kent Merker comes to mind with me also because of great perception on his pitches. Yeah. A no-hitter himself. 0-2 count once again for Vargas. See if he can finish off a hitter on getting ahead of the count 0-2 here.
Fouled off to the right again. Still at 0-2. The Angels in the bottom of the fifth inning have the top of their order coming up. Shuck, Cowgill, and Trout. Angels with solo runs the last 3 innings to tie this game up. Ground ball to third. Chris Nelson has it. And another 1-2-3 inning. That's 8 in a row retired by Jason Vargas. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Not at 3. especially since that walk to Barnes in the 3rd inning. 8 consecutive batters retired since that point. 3-3 tie here, the bottom of the 5th inning, and J.B. Shuck ready to lead things off.
He might have convinced Mike Scioscia to give him an opportunity to go back out to the mound in the 6th.
That's one of those conversations where, I mean, not only do the results dictate that, but also the fact that you've got a guy, all of a sudden he feels it on the mound. It came after that 3rd inning. It happened.
And we talked about how difficult it is when you miss time like he has to have a feel and start getting a good rhythm. Well, now all of a sudden he is into that. It's taken a while.
J.B. Shuck with a leadoff single to center. Leadoff man is on board. And folks, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
2 left-handed batters in the lineup today for the Angels, and they are combined 3 for 5. Like it goes to the saying that against Oberholzer, doesn't quite have that finish pitch because he hasn't thrown many changeups to the lefty batters. It's been fastball, slider away.
Both teams now even in the hits category with 7. Colin Cowgill at the plate. 0-1. Cowgill 1 for 2. Single to center the 1st inning, grounded to 3rd in the 3rd. Last pitch, the 72nd, thrown by Oberholzer. 2 punch outs, 1 walk.
Boy, wouldn't you think it'd be a good idea now for Cowgill to push bunt to first base?
Throw to first and almost throws it away. And that's you're talking 2-base error unless it goes into the camera well.
Yeah, Shuck's going to be standing at 3rd base.
One ball, 1 strike on Cowgill. Mike Trout on deck. Trout and Hamilton both with 2 hits apiece. This one's fouled off on the first base side into the seats. 1-2. Foul back. Now he got Corcoran. Still in the ball on 2 strikes.
Well, square on the mask.
Another 1-2. Missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield straight around with Cowgill at the plate. JB just hasn't been able to get a big lead at all at first base. Holzer's done a nice job holding him on.
Going away here.
And he got him swinging. 1 out. 3rd strikeout for the lefty. Here comes Trout.
Changeup was up. The speed of the pitch was very effective.
Mentioned Trout and Hamilton. Multi-hit games combined for the cycle. Trout the single and a double. Hamilton the triple and the home run.
4 for 8 in the series.
Double he picked up in the third inning, his 34th.
That's when Trout was trying to take back the lead as far as RBI.
Yeah. Hey, Trumbo going to go back and forth. Trumbo with the single that brought in Trout in the third inning. Now with 79. Trout one behind.
Well, you think how productive Mike Trout has been. Granted, he was hitting leadoff, he's hitting second in the lineup, third in the lineup, but Miguel Cabrera with his 120th RBI this season for the Tigers.
Off speed, and this one's out to center. Off the end of the bat, Brandon Barnes comes in. 2 outs. So the leadoff single by J.B. Shuck, still standing at first base. 2 outs down. Mark Trumbo coming up. One for 2 game for Mark. Strikeout and a base hit. Also an RBI. It's a single through the left side of the infield in the third inning. 0-1. Astros in the 6th will have the bottom third of their order coming up in Barnes, Elmore, and Gonzalez. 3-3 tie here, the bottom of the 5th. Oh, 1 pitch. Just off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Houston 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 6 left on. The Angels 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 3 left on. Josh Hamilton, a triple and a home run. Triple is 3rd. The home run is 19th. His homer in the 4th. Tied things up. That is down the left field line. Robbie Grossman coming in and toward the foul line, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. So a leadoff single this stranded at first base. 5 complete, still tied at 3.
The Astros. T.J. Ho's home run to center field over the wall. Mike Trout tried to make the play. Robbie Grossman doubles. And the lefty line at that point giving the Astros a 3-0 lead, but Josh Hamilton's been swinging the bat exceptionally well in this game. Walk-off last night. Triple here, first at bat, eventually scores on a sac fly by Chris Nelson. And then Josh Hamilton ties it up with a big fly in the fourth inning. Here we are tied at 3 in the top of the 6th.
Little cause for concern here is the fact that Cole Calhoun has taken over in right. That means Colin Cowgill has moved to center. So Mike Trout's been taken out of the game. And once we hear word, we will certainly pass it along. Kind of interesting. As Robbie Grossman looks at a strike. In that, Trout hit that fly ball to center field, unless he felt something in that swing or has been dealing with something that we don't know about. But not in the game now. And we've seen that, you know, the Angels are losing by a lot. Get him off his feet. Played a lot of games, a lot of innings. But in a 3-3 tie, that's the last guy you want out of your lineup.
And knowing Mike Trout and our conversations with Mike Trout, must be some kind of discomfort somewhere for him to be out of the game, because he doesn't want to come out of any game regardless of the score.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Grossman, or pardon me, on Barnes. Center fielder leading off this 6th inning. A single and a walk. 1-2 pitch. To foul and out of play. Calhoun will go into a Trout spot in the order in the 3-hole. Vargas with 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, 7 hits allowed. Angels with action in their bullpen. Bouncer foul. Still with a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Down goes Barnes on the off-speed pitch. 1 out.
We don't know if this is why Mike Trout came out of the game, but as he's rounding the base, hits the corner of the base, a little bit of a roll on his ankle, then right there as he steps, goes towards second base. The ankle once again, you can see the grimace on his face. Now whether that's the issue and the slight limp there also. That was on his double in the 3rd inning.
Now Jason Vargas retires 9 consecutive batters, and with the first out here in the 6th in the books, he's done. So Mike Scioscia is going to go to the bullpen. I guess a pitch count issue perhaps, but a pitching change nonetheless. Juan Gutierrez coming in the 3-3 tie. 9 consecutive batters and departs with a strikeout of Brandon Bars. Mike Scioscia talking things over with Jason.
Well, you know, the conversation has to be, I have you on a pitch count. I'd love to be able to extend the pitch count more so, but we want to try to keep you healthy, not only for this season, but for your career. I think it's a decision of Mike Scioscia. We had a difficult decision to make, and I'm sure he didn't want to do that, but he's thinking in terms of Vargas in the pitch count, second start back from being out for a while, and trying to keep him healthy and part of this rotation the rest of the season.
Jason, a free agent to be in the offseason. They're in and out. Who's in, who's out. Vargas is done. Gutierrez is on in relief with 1 out here in the 6th inning. He'll be facing Jake Elmore, the second baseman. 39th game now. 0-3 mark and a 4.05 ERA. Been told that Mike Trout left the game due to a tightness in his right hamstring.
And that's one of those deals, too. You want to get him out of there as quick as possible. You can start the treatment right away on his hamstring.
That's a line to second. 2 down. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Talk about home sweet home. Jason Vargas once again pitching well here at the Big A. Coming in this game 8-2 in his career here with a 2.75 and won 5 straight decisions here at the Big A as a member of the Angels. Certainly well done, especially the adjustments he made after the first 2 innings in which he gave up a total of 6 hits. Dominant from that point forward.
Here's Marvin Gonzalez batting from the left side for the first time. Looks at a strike. No balls at 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Iannetta. He can't find it. Gonzalez will reach. Strikeout, wild pitch. So Manal with 2 outs, and back to the top of the order we go.
Well, it's a difficult thing, too, for a catcher, too. You're still trying to figure out where this baseball goes. At that point, you blocked it. But all you're hoping is for some sort of communication from your pitcher. And that's also a difficult one, too. You have to say first base side, third base side, right at the plate. That's all you can hope for and hear as a catcher.
Grossman also spins around here from the left side now. 1 for 3 today with an RBI double in the 2nd. Tied at 3 here in the 6th. First one's down and away. Gutierrez pitched in Friday night's game, 1 inning and 2/3 in that one. No runs, allowed 1 hit. Astros have action in their bullpen now. Halos have a lefty up at Buddy Boshears. Jordan Lyles going for the Stros. 2 outs and a man at first. 1-0 pitch. 1-1. A lot of appearances, a lot of innings out of that Angels pen this year. Teague starting to settle in on a couple of guys. Mike Scioscia saying as much on Angels Live before the game. That was in relation to talking about momentum, trying to build on momentum and keep it going. But the bullpen, especially when they've had some leads, unable to keep that momentum going because of guys starting to
all the
catch
innings,
up the innings. Yeah,
all the times getting up and warmed up down in the bullpen also. And for a while you're dealing with starting pitchers are coming back from injuries. It started out with Jared Weaver, so you were talking pitch count with him. Generally you don't talk pitch count with Weave. Same thing with Vargas, Tommy Hanson.
Gonzalez takes off. The breaking pitch is inside. The throw down is not in time, but still a base.
Pretty good throw from Iannetta. He thought he had a shot at him. 6th stolen base of the year for Gonzalez. Quick catch and throw. Good transfer for Iannetta. See if that hand got in there. Look, the hand just got on the base before Ibar applied the tag.
Grossman fouls it off. Evens a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jason Vargas and the Angels fell behind 3-0. Top of the 2nd inning. Angels managed to tie it up, chipping away. Two-2 pitch. Rolled foul. This one near the on-deck circle, so L.J. Hose will provide someone a souvenir. Long look in for Gutierrez. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Grossman. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here at the Big A. Still tied at 3. Hamilton and Nelson coming up against Brett Oberholzer. I want to remind you that Fox Sports 1 is now available on all major TV providers. Go to foxsports1.com to find out what channel Fox Sports 1 will be on in your area.
Now let's check out that Carl's Jr. Sports update around the majors. Darvish bedeviling, although today not quite Darvish-like. Still pretty solid. 7 1/3, 3 earned runs, 7 punch-outs. Trailing in the game, though, the Seattle 3-2. And the A's trying to avoid a 4th straight home series loss They lead this game, though, in Oakland, 3-1 against Cleveland, who will be in town tomorrow night. Tommy Malone pitching well, coming back from the minors for the A's today.
Eric Ibo ready to lead things off. He's 0 for 2. A couple of fly ball outs, one to left, one to right. Lays off the first one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Jordan Lyles, the righty, is ready to go in the pen. Bo Porter needs him. 7 hits this afternoon for the Angels against Brett Oberholzer. First time they have faced him. Zybar has the count evened up on him now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oberholzer with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and those 7 hits. Two and 1.
So far, pretty solid for Oberholzer. 7 hits and 3 earned runs in 5+ innings. And his changeup's been fantastic. His command of his fastball solid also. Although Josh Hamilton has had some great swings against him, a triple and a home run.
Hamilton on deck. Count evened up on Ibar now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Ibar bouncer back to the mound. The lefty steps and throws. 1 out. Hamilton with a triple and a home run. Both on 0-2 counts. Both trying to sneak a fastball by him on an 0-2 count.
Saw a Trout hit for the cycle earlier this season. Hamilton in that position gets the 2 toughest ones out of the way.
Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 0-1. LJ HOU is very deep in right field. Grossman, normal depth, but way toward the foul line and left. It's fouled back. 0-2. Can't imagine they'd try to sneak a fastball in, would you?
Pitchers.
Yeah. It's a good answer.
Yeah. Rocket scientists, we are not.
One ball, 2 strikes. Matt Dominguez way off the line at third base. Chris Nelson, the man on deck. Here's the 1-2. Hamilton lifts one out toward right. Out in front of that breaking ball. Hose makes the grab, 2 down. Hudson's giving up that leadoff single to J.B. Shuck last inning. That's 5 in a row retired by Oberholzer. 2 outs, nobody on for Nelson. Third baseman. Sac fly in the second inning and a ground down in the 4th. Nelson picking up his 13th run batted in. First run the Angels scored in this game in the second. Want to know? No action in the Angels bullpen. So it looks like Juan Gutierrez coming back out. Hose, Altuve, and Carter due up for the Stros in the 7th.
Pretty good hack by Nelson. A 2 home run performance in New York. Solo shot, 10 pitch at bat. Followed up with a grand slam, his first of his career.
2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. 3 strikeouts for Oberholzer. 7 hits allowed. Yeah, works with a pretty good tempo. And a full count.
.96 pitches thrown, 65 in the strike zone.
Now the 3-2. And he got him swinging on the changeup. The first time today in which Oberholzer has picked up a 1-2-3 inning. 6 complete, still tied at 3. Sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. Go big at a participating Jack in the Box today. And by Chase. Send money to almost anyone, anywhere with your smartphone. Chase, quick pay, so you can. We welcome you back out to the Big A. 3-3 ties. We start the 7th inning. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Houston Astros. HOU's Altuve and Carter to face Juan Gutierrez, who came in with 1 out in the 6th inning, picked up a couple of strikeouts. LJ HOU's 2 for 3 today. Homered in the 1st inning, singled in the 2nd, and grounded out in the 4th. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Seven for 12 in this series for LJ HOU's. That home run he hit in the 1st inning, first big league home run. Jason Vargas, who went 5 1/3 today, 7 hits, including that home run, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 runs scored. One and 2. Other news today is Mike Trout lifted in the top of the 6th inning. Tightness in his right hamstring. If I recall, he had a day off, a refresher day. It was the end of June. This one's out towards center field. Cowgill coming on, and he'll play it on a short hop, but it's a leadoff single. But going back to that off day for Trout, I believe that time he said little tightness in his right hamstring as well. So leadoff man reaches for the Stros, and Jose Altuve, the DH, will come to the plate. Jose with a 3-hit game. Had a 3-hit game in the opening game of the series on Friday. Altuve 0 for 3. 3 fly ball outs. Big lead for Jose over at first. We'll check in on him. 4 stolen bases in the big leagues, been caught once. And AAA this year, 7 for 14 stolen base category.
It's a good action count now for the Astros, and Altuve makes good contact. Hose runs well.
Kevin Jepson's getting ready for the Angels. 16 pitches thrown by Gutierrez, 12 strikes. This was out to right. Calhoun over a couple of steps, puts it away, 1 out. Kids' time is running out to join the Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor Restaurants. Members receive a Mike Trout jersey, 2 ticket vouchers, Farrell's gifts, and more. Sign up today at angels.com/Junior Angels or any Southern California Farrell's location. Chris Carter, the DH, or pardon me, the first baseman. DH the first 2 games. Fouled that one at the plate. Hose bluffed as if he was going to second. Ended up staying at first. 0-1 count on Carter. 2 walks and a strikeout, so he's 0 for 1. The 1 breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carter glancing down to Dave Tremblay, third base coach, former manager of the Baltimore Orioles. Here's Dave.
High energy guy.
Good guy, very smart, intense. Quick throw over. The ball goes off the glove of Trumbo and into the seats. It kind of just goes back to that whole point about more concentrating on the runner and worrying about the batter than the runner. Now you've just put him in scoring position.
Especially a guy like Carter at the plate. Boy, it's almost as if Trumbo didn't see that throw. High throw. You're facing a guy like Carter who's had great numbers in his career versus the Angels, and especially this season. Coming into game 333 batting average with 6 home runs and 17 RBI. Your focus has to be directly on him.
Good pitch and a swing and a miss by Carter. 2 down. So 2 outs. Hose standing at second base.
Good hard, sharp slider. We'll get a view of a real hard, sharp breaking ball. That slider going down and away, and Carter unable to even get close to making contact with that pitch from Gutierrez.
Intentional walk coming to Corporon. 243 hitter from the left side compared to 264 from the right. You're going to face Dominguez, who's had a nice series. Corporon 0 for 3 today. ball 3.
And Dominguez with 6 hits in the series.
And there's ball 4. So here comes Matt Dominguez with 2 on 2 outs here in the 7th, tied at 3. Dominguez 2 for 3 this afternoon. 2 singles and a run. Grounded out in the 5th inning.
And if you're Cole Calhoun, you have to be prepared to make a play. Dominguez hits a lot of baseballs to that side of the field.
First one's a breaking ball hammered out to left. J.B. Shuck is back, and the Astros are on top 6-3. A hanging breaking ball. Dominguez picks up his 16th home run of the season.
Second home run of the series. Well, that went out way out to left field. As good as the sliders he threw to Chris Carter, that one was spinning over the middle of the plate.
So a 2-out home run puts the Astros on top. Brandon Barnes takes a big rip, comes up empty. 0-1 count. We just mentioned it right before the at bat. Got a lefty batter. Got a platoon player. Not even a platoon player, backup catcher.
And Dominguez has hit the ball well, and he's hit the ball well to all fields, especially his ability to go to the right field. So you have a dangerous hitter with some plate coverage. Early in the season, he was struggling making good contact out there because of his glove. But he's gotten hot and is producing.
Inning comes to an end, but a batter too late. Matt Dominguez, a 3-run home run, 7th inning stretch time. It is 6-3 Houston. for the second time in this ballgame. 6-3 Houston. And catch the rest of the 2013 season in HD quality. You can watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.tv today. Baseball everywhere. New pitcher on for the Astros. That's Matt Dominguez, by the way, the third baseman who just homered with 2 outs in the 7th inning after an intentional walk to Carlos Corpron. Set up that home run. Now Jordan Lyles, the right-hander, comes in and takes over for Brett Overholser. First relief appearance is 2011.
When he does have a good arm, well, you've seen him before. He will rush his fastball, and he does pitch inside very effectively with his fastball. Anywhere between 90 and 95 with his fastball, slider. There's a cut fastball, curveball, and changeup.
Brett Overholser, the starter, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 home run, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 runs. Pitcher of record. It's the Angels with 9 outs to go. Make a comeback. They chipped away the last time. Solo runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. Chris Inetta takes upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Chris with a walk and a fly ball to center field. He's 0 for 1. Leaving up the count at 1-1.
Certainly one of their weakest points for this Astro club has been their bullpen. So you always feel you have a chance to get back, an opportunity right now to get some runs right back at them. Tell you what, Matt Dominguez felt pretty good about hitting that home run. Anytime you're a hitter and the batter in front of you is intentionally walked, that gets that focus that much more so, and you want to succeed, and he certainly had that look after he hit the home run.
Inetta hits this one out to center field. Barnes tracks it down for the first out. The 1-out double to Yan for Grant Green. Green, the second baseman, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to right. No 0-1. Jordan Lyles, just 22 years of age, former supplemental first-round pick in 2008. Green swings through that one. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
Part of the reason why, especially he's going to be a part of this rotation in the future for the Astros, you put him down in the bullpen, it allows him to be more aggressive. Starting to see some good velocity on his fastball, 94, 95. The mentality of coming out of the bullpen as a former starter, sometimes you hear that phone ring and you don't have as much time to think as you prepare for a start as you do at coming out of the bullpen. Sometimes that works in your favor.
One and 2. Saw it last night when Philip Umber came in, throwing 93 miles per hour. Breaking pitch, missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, a lot of times as a starter, you think, well, I got to save something as the game progresses. But the reality is, you prepared yourself physically and mentally to go deep in the game. So why hold back on your fastball? See if you get some quick outs. The reality is when you come out of the bullpen now for a young pitcher, you can just rear back and let the fastball go and throw a nasty slider like you did there to get Grant Green looking.
Two outs, nobody on. J.B. Shuck at the plate. 1 for 3, singled in the 5th. That was his leadoff base hit in the 5th inning, and he was stranded at first. First one in for a strike. Ground ball to second base. Elmore goes down. Shuck, and it's a 1-2-3 inning shutdown inning for Jordan Lyles. We played 7 here at the Big A. 6-3 Houston. Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste. Top of the 8th inning, the Angels down 6-3 to the Houston Astros in the rubber game of the series. Kevin Jepsen has taken over on the mound here for Juan Gutierrez. Kevin will be facing 8-9-1 Elmore, Gonzalez, and then Grossman. 43rd game, 1-3 mark and a 4.36 ERA for Kevin. Gutierrez, by the way, went an inning and 2/3. Gave up 2 hits, including the home run to Matt Dominguez, a 3-run shot in the 7th inning. 3 runs, all earned. He had 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and that 1 walk was the intentional walk with 2 outs in the 7th to Carlos Corpron. That set up the home run on the first pitch that Dominguez saw.
Boy, Dominguez has been hot this entire series. He's had now 7 hits, including 2 home runs.
Jake Elmore, the second baseman, 1 for 3 today. Looks at a fastball for a strike. Kevin pitched Friday night. This is bunted down the third base line. That is a beauty. A base hit for Jake Elmore to lead off this 8th.
And for me, the key for Kevin Jepsen is having a little bit better balance on the pitching rubber. He drifts forward quite a bit, so you can see the weight on his body is already the front side, and he drives. He's definitely a drop and drive pitcher, but he's going to be more apt to be able to stay down in the strike zone if he can stay just a little bit longer on the pitching rubber before he starts that motion going forward. Quick with the motion, pushes your elbow down and elevates your fastball, and it's certainly same thing with his breaking ball. So better balance important for Jepsen on the pitching rubber.
Another bunt. This one's foul. 0-1 count on Marwin Gonzalez. 0 for 3 today. Nelson in on the grass at third. Gonzalez waiting to square around. Pops up the bunt in foul territory. Trumbo just can't get there. 0-2. Tapper foul on the breaking pitch. Still an 0-2 count.
See that pitch up. Again, because Kevin's drifting a little bit too quickly forward, drags his pitching elbow, and that's going to elevate his slider. He's got a very, very good swing and miss slider. The importance of staying back long enough on that pitching rubber to still have that push off the rubber, but you want to be balanced enough to drive towards the plate.
This is lined into center field, a base hit. So 2 on with nobody out here in the 8th. Back to the top of the order we go with Robbie Grossman coming up.
And you can see right here, he's already going forward. He's already landing before he's getting through to his proper arm slot, and that elevated the pitch. Another breaking ball up. And you see how the elbow is dragging along because his foot's already landed. You want to have your foot landing as you're getting in your throwing position as compared to landing first and then throwing the baseball.
Corner infielders in, anticipating a bunt. Grossman bunts it back toward Mound. Inetta comes outfield and fires to second base. Career first business, I should say. Second baseman Grant Green covering. Sacrifice advances. Elmore to third base and Gonzalez to second.
More likely forced the infield in now.
LJ Ho's the right fielder, a 3-hit game. 2 singles and a home run. First major league home run. That was back in the first.
Certainly not out of the realm of possibility. A suicide squeeze being put on by Bo Porter.
Elmore, a good base runner over at third base. Lit off this inning with a bunt single and a beauty. One ball, no strikes with runners at second and third. 6-3 Houston. 3-run home run by Matt Dominguez in the 7th. Snapping a 3-3 tie. Throw to third. Elmore not biting. Here's the 1-0. This is down the right field line, but tailing into the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Houston in this series 11 for 31 with men in scoring position. That's a .354 batting average.
It's pretty impressive considering they've struggled in that category all year.
That hit him. So they're loaded up for Altuve. Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit. Nobody warming up for the Angels. Altuve, the DH today, 0 for 4. All 4 times he's hit a fly ball out.
He's ground in the 16 double plays. Jepson could use one now.
Long meeting on the mound. Elmore at third, Gonzalez at second, and HOU's over at first base. Pretty good speed on the bases for the Astros. They have 11 hits, 3 consecutive games in the double digits in the hits category. Altuve swings the first one, fouls it back. I think his hand came off the bat. 0-1. Good breaking ball there. 0-2.
Better balance there for Jepson. Stayed on top. Good throwing motion. Could use that punch out right now.
Throw him another one.
Yes, have to. Keep it away off the plate.
0-2.
I'm going to cut fastball on that one.
Outfield shading Altuve the opposite way. Calhoun shallow and right. Now the 1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Astros with 13 hits Friday night, 14 yesterday, and 11 today. 2-2. Overthrown breaking ball, full count. Chris Carter on deck. Now the payoff pitch. Altuve hits one out toward left center field. Here comes J.B. Shuck. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Jake Elmore. The third of the plate is not in time. Sac fly.
Well, the accuracy was there for Shuck, just a little bit high. Right on the plate. Slower runner, and there's an out at the plate. And Elmore runs well. Shuck with 6 outfield assists this season. That real close. Didn't think it was going to even be close.
So 2 outs now. Runners at first and second. Chris Carter at the plate. 7-3 Houston. Carter with a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts. 0-2. Kevin falls behind here at 1 ball, no strikes. Elmore's bunt base hit led off this 8th inning. 2-0.
Well, the interesting thing against the first 5-6 innings of the game against Jason Vargas, they were hacking at the first pitch. All of a sudden, the bullpen comes into the game, and a lot more deeper counts taking that first pitch.
Yeah.
Comes down to is the reputation now from out of the bullpen. They haven't been consistent enough throwing first pitch strike.
2-1. Wow, a lot of 2-0, 2-1 counts out of the bullpen, especially in the second half of the season. There's no doubt about that.
But still, I go back to the fact is look at the velocity in the arms out of the bullpen. You just have to have the mindset of being aggressive.
2-2.
I mean, you're throwing 97 miles an hour like Jepson has, and Kevin has a great arm. He just has to have that mindset that the hitter cannot hit my pitch. So you get ahead of the count, then you can expand the strike zone. But if you're behind 1-0, then all of a sudden the hitters shorten up their strike zone.
Biggest issue being that secondary pitches for many of the guys in that bullpen not there. As Carter strikes out, swinging, the inning comes to an end, but not before the Astros tack on a run. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Houston on top 7-3. 8th inning, we'll have Calgill, Calhoun, and Trumbo. Remember, Mike Trout lifted in the game in the 6th inning due to tightness in his right hamstring. So Calhoun batting in the 3 spot in the order, and it'll be Calhoun's first plate appearance of the afternoon. Colin Calgill 1 for 3, got the start at right, now playing center. Base hit back in the 1st inning. Jordan Lyles out for his 2nd inning of relief. Lyles was scheduled to be the starter tomorrow night in Texas against the Rangers. That will now go to Jared Cozart.
And they've been going with a 6-man rotation.
Two balls and no strikes. Astros pitchers have retired the Angels 9 consecutive times since the single by J.B. Shuck led off the 5th inning. At that point, it was a 3-3 tie. Mike Scioscia deciding not to bunt Shuck over, which is something we've seen quite a bit, especially in the 3-3 game. Calgill struck out. Trout hit a fly ball to center. Trumbo hit a fly ball to left. 2-2.
Again, as a player, you still can do that on your own. And that's the bottom line. You have to think in terms of what you can do as a player or a pitcher to help a team win a game. Sometimes that means giving yourself up in a bat. Whatever it takes.
Calgill goes down looking. 1 out. Go back to our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. All-time Houston athletes, pro athletes, Hakeem Olajuwon winning the vote.
The dream.
59% of it.
Well, he had unbelievable hands. He's quick. Block shots, rebound. Very agile for a big man.
Cole Calhoun, first plate appearance. Takes ball 1. 226 average now for Cole. 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Two 2-0. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Michael Kahn getting ready for the Angels. He'll be coming on in the 9th. Lyles took over for Brent Oberholzer, went 6 innings, 3 runs. There's a strike. 7 hits for Oberholzer. Pitcher of record for Houston. (3-1) and that is a walk. First base runner against Lyles, and it'll bring up Mark Trumbo. Trumbo 1 for 3 game. An RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Now with 79 runs batted in on the year. First one's hammered out to deep left. Man, that ball is crushed. Big fly from our Trumbo. 7-5 Houston.
Home run number 28 now for Trumbo. It was 3 RBI game also. For Lyles, fastball. Boy, and that fastball was smashed.
Yeah. Back-to-back games in which he's had 3 runs batted in.
Now 81 on the season. Boy, a no doubter. Boy, tried that 2-seam fastball to try to sink it down and in to potentially get a ground ball double play. Instead, he gives up a 2-run home run.
Ibar pulls this one foul. And it's an 0-1 count. Off speed pitch from Lyles.
Hot in those last two games. You mentioned that, Vicar. 3 RBI last night, 3 today. 2 home runs, 6 RBI last 2 games for Trumbo.
Almost Soriano hot, but not quite.
That's almost.
That's 6 RBIs in back-to-back game. Not a total of 6.
That was unbelievable.
That was crazy.
And that's for a guy that was, what, 0 for 17 or 11 strikeouts in his last 17 at bats?
17 plate appearances. He had the 2 strikeouts in that game before he got hot. He had 18 plate appearances with 11 strikeouts. And then all of a sudden went on that tear. Breaking pitches in there, 1-2. You talk about something building off momentum and carrying over. You start feeling good at the plate. Everything looks like a beach ball.
That's what you want as a hitter. You want to be confident at the plate, not searching for your swing.
Inside, 2-2. That ball got out in a hurry.
A long way. Long way.
Hamilton on deck. High bar. How's that one at the plate?
Right off the thigh. Foul ball.
2-2 again. This a little looper out towards second. Elmore makes the catch. 2 down.
What a job as far as his balance. Very similar to last night. We talked about it, slightly open stance and the pitch on the inner half. And got the bat head out, and he crushed that one. A no-doubter for Trumbo.
Hamilton looks at a fastball high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Josh 2 for 3 with a triple and a home run, a fly ball to right.
Well, if you're a pitcher right now, you better to think in terms of, I'm not going to throw anything on the inner half right now. The Trumbo, as well as he's seeing that ball middle in.
Seven 5 Houston here in the 8th. 2-0 pitch outside. 3 balls and no strikes with Chris Nelson on deck.
Even though you're down by 2, 3-0 count, I'm giving Hamilton the green light here.
He takes it. 3-1. Dane De La Rosa's joined Kahn. Now the 3-1. Breaking pitch in there. Full count.
Be real surprised if Hamilton got a fastball.
And he walked him. Second walk of the inning for Jordan Lyles. Here comes Chris Nelson. Doug Brocail's not happy. Pitching coach is going to come out and pay a visit. Kevin Chapman, the lefty, getting ready now for Houston. Lefty specialist we've seen the first 2 games.
Well, the bottom line is Brocail's going to tell Lyles at this point, with Hamilton up, the worst case scenario, you're still up by 1 run. But instead you walk him, momentum going on your side. You have to force Carter to hold him on, so that opens up that side of the infield for Nelson.
Yeah, as Doug was coming out, kind of pounded the railing. with 2 outs. I mean, it's textbook. That's A-ball stuff. No 2-out walk.
Yeah.
Don't gift base runners.
Especially when a team is behind by 2, or even if it was down by 4 like we started in this inning.
Breaking pitch in for a strike, and unfortunately for the Angels, we've talked about that way too much this year. 2-out hits, 2-out walks, 2-out runs.
Has to be a mindset change for sure.
Chris 0 for 2, had a sac fly back in the second. Little chopper to the left side. Dominguez comes in, fields it, fires across. The inning comes to an end. The Angels get 2 runs on the Trumbo home run. We'll head to the 9th. Halos down by the score of 7-5. By Mark Trumbo, the Angels within 2. And here tonight, Michael Kahn is summoned from the bullpen. Mark Trumbo, 2-hit game, 3 runs batted in, 28th home run of the year.
Boy, does he have scary power when he connects on a baseball.
Michael pitching in his 46th game, a 1-1 mark at a 3.99 ERA. They'll be facing Corpron, Dominguez, and Barnes, barring any pinch hitters. Kahn last pitched on Thursday, went 1/3 of an inning. That was against the Yankees, in which he gave up 2 runs. Rally Monkey taking a nap.
Getting ready for the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, on this lazy Sunday afternoon. 7-5 Stros. Carlos Corpron 0 for 3. He was intentionally walked in the 7th inning with 2 outs, right ahead of the Dominguez 3-run home run. Juan Gutierrez giving up 3 runs in an inning and 2/3 of relief. Jepsa gave up a run in the 8th inning, and Kahn comes in and delivers ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Angels at the bottom of the 9th inning will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Iannetta, Green, and Shuck. Might see Hank Conger, depending on who's on the mound. Corpron skies went out to center. Colin Cowgill over a couple steps. 1 out. There's Matt Dominguez. 3-hit game for Matt. 2 singles and a 3-run home run. Home run he hit in the 7th, 16th of the year, now with 60 runs batted in. One ball, no strikes. That one's on the corner. It evens up the count. Fastball there. It's 1-2.
Good chance now for Michael Kahn to work on his slider right here. He's got a good slider count. If he snaps one off here to get a swing and miss.
Still at a ball and 2 strikes. Houston with 7 runs, 11 hits. They've stranded 9. The Angels with 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. 5 men left on base. The error charged to Gutierrez on a pickoff attempt. 2-2. Angels will stay at home and take on the Cleveland Indians beginning tomorrow night. Tap for foul. It's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 7:05 starts Monday and Tuesday, and then a 4:05 start on Wednesday.
Weaver going tomorrow. He's had a lot of success. 7-2 in his career versus Cleveland, including winning a game in Cleveland this last road trip.
Full count. Brandon Barnes on deck. Houston with a solo run in the first. L.J. Hose with his first big league home run. They got 2 in the second. 3 in the 7th on the Dominguez home run, and 1 in the 8th sac fly by Jose Altuve. 3-2 back up the middle and a base hit.
Well, his 8th hit of the series for Matt Dominguez.
4 today. 12th hit overall for the Astros. Barnes, a center fielder, 1 for 3. A single, a walk, and a couple of punches. Finals throughout Major League Baseball. A couple of them. Seattle defeated Texas 4-3. White Sox over Minnesota 5-2. Tampa Bay over Toronto 2-1. Baltimore defeated Colorado. Tigers defeated the Royals 6-3. That game in Oakland at the Coliseum. It's 5-3 A's in the bottom of the 7th. Alberto Callaspo, his first home run as a Oakland A. This one's fouled off to the right. Long look down for Brandon Barnes at Dave Tremblay with an 0-2 count. This one's fouled off to the right. Again, last inning we were talking about bullpen arms coming in, everyone being able to throw 95, 96, 97, but it's having that secondary pitch, being able to fall back on that pitch when you don't have a fastball, or locating that fastball, it kind of gets you back on track.
Yeah, because well, first of all, if you stay at that same speed, 94, 95, 96, the hitters will time that. But a different look, especially when you get your arm slapped back, because this forces you to do that to be consistent with your breaking ball.
Line to short, the fire to first, no double play, 2 outs. Also might be to the detriment of a team, and specifically the Angels, because that's what we're talking about, when you don't have a guy in that bullpen that is different. or funky, if you will. Darren O'Day, or a guy that throws off-speed stuff.
Well, you look at San Francisco, won 2 world championships in the last 3 years. Lopez, that lefty, came out from that almost submarine type action. He had a number of different arm angles. Even Romo was setting up Brian Wilson at one point for the first world championship. So you have different arm angles, different velocity on all their pitches, so they can't time it. Everything seems to be timed against all the arms for the Angels out of the bullpen, all power arms, which you'd love having, but the reality is there's not a little different wrinkle you can throw in there to throw off the timing of a hitter.
I give it a different look. It's a completely different look and feel. We see it at times when the Angels play the Oakland A's. All of a sudden, Pat Neshek comes into a game. Completely different look.
And then everyone else looks that much more firm on their fastball when you bring someone else in there, from a Doolittle from the left side or Balfour from the right side.
Ball on a strike here on Jake Elmore. Led off the 8th inning with a bunt base hit and scored.
It even goes that way for starting pitchers. A lot of managers like to set up the rotation. If they have a lefty or 2 in there, they'll go right-hander, left-hander, right-hander, left-hander, and then follow with whatever you have, either a righty or lefty as your 5th starter. The different looks. When you have 3, say, right-handed pitchers, all sinker ball pitchers, all following each other in a rotation, by that 2nd or 3rd game, the hitters on the other side have timed or looked and seen a number of pitches in that same plane, which makes it difficult to get them out. That's why it's important to be able to make sure you have your secondary pitches working, especially early in the game.
One ball, 2 strikes on Elmore. 2 for 4 game for him. The 1-2 off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Houston, so it looks like it is going to be Jordan Lyles coming back out for a 3rd inning. Starter, first relief appearance since 2011.
That means he'd definitely be pushed back at least a couple days before he makes his next start.
Elmore fouls this one back just above us. Reset and do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dominguez standing at first base. Little soft liner to second. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Angels have 8, 9, and 1 coming up, down 7-5. Back out on the mound. The Astros do have action in their bullpen. I want to remind you that Angels Live post game is coming up after the last out. It's presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Tim Salmon's last show until the next homestand. Tim will be celebrating a birthday next weekend. He'll be 45 next weekend.
Veteran.
Yeah. Chris Inetta, Grant Green, and J.B. Shuck for the Angels here in the ninth. Inetta's 0 for 2 with a walk and a couple of fly balls to center. Last one he squared up pretty good. Barnes had to go back on it. Chris,
it's another good swing at that fastball from Lyles.
One ball, one strike. A breaking ball missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Double barrel action going for the Astros in their bullpen. Kevin Chapman, the lefty. And Chi-Jen Low, the righty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Fouled back.
Certainly he's had some good swings at his fastball. Iannetta has.
$36,896 today at the Big A. Many departed after the Dominguez home run, the 7th. At that point, made it 6-3. That's upstairs. Full count. Houston made it 7-3 with a run off of Jepson in the 8th inning. Then Mark Trumbo made it a 7-5 game with a 2-run shot. The bottom of the 8th. Mark with his 28th. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, and leadoff man is on board via the walk. Chris Iannetta picks up his 2nd walk of this ball game. Grant Green, the second baseman, 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a fly ball to right. An 0-1 count on Green.
That cut fastball got a lot of the plate. Lyle seems to be fighting it right now. Good opportunity to get some hits against him.
This one's out to right. Ho's moving over. Whoa, makes the catch and ends up sliding.
I don't think he saw that ball all the way till it hit his glove.
1 out. Nice job to stay with it, though.
Well, he did not see that baseball, and he can smile now, but as he's going towards that corner, he knows the general area where he just throws his glove out and is able to grab and hold on to that at the, at the end of his glove, the webbing. A great play.
There's J.B. Shuck, 1 for 4 today. The base hit. Shuck had a single back in the 5th inning. Again, no Mike Trout. Lifted in the 6th inning due to tightness in his right hamstring. The 1-0. This is pulled through the right side, of base hit. Iannetta will advance 90 feet. He will stop right there. So 2 men on. And that will bring up a potential game-winning run to the plate. We'll see if Hank Conger is going to be the guy that's summoned.
Another 2-hit performance from J.B. Shuck.
Sure enough, Conger's come out from the dugout.
One like to see Bo Porter come out of his dugout and go to the bullpen himself.
Bring in Chapman, perhaps, the lefty. No official announcement as of yet. Conger making his way up. And And now it's been made. So now you figure if that is the case, Bo Porter's going to go out, and right on cue, Bo Porter is coming out. So we are going to get a pitching change here. And sure enough, Kevin Chapman will be summoned from the bullpen. The Angels have a couple of men on. The tying run in J.B. Shuck is over at first base. We've got ourselves a pitching change here at the Big A. Houston leading at 7-5, but the Halos threatening here in the bottom of the ninth. Two men on, and Kevin Chapman, the lefty, comes into the ballgame. 3 1/3 innings. He has pitched in the first 2 games of this series, and in both instances just facing one batter. Both times Josh Hamilton got him to fly out on both occasions. Hank Conger was announced as a pinch hitter, and Mike Scioscia will counter the Kevin Chapman move by bringing up Peter Borges to pinch hit. Now, as we all know, Bo Porter cannot come back out and make a pitching change.
No.
We learned that in Houston.
Yes.
It'd be real interesting if Borges ties this up. Who would be the catcher at that point?
Borges got the start in the first 2 games of the series. Still hitless since coming off of the disabled list. 0 for 3 Friday night. Last night, the leadoff spot 0 for 5.
Well, Inet is still in the game. Spoke on that when he's at second base. He walked to start the inning.
Inet at second. Shuck at first. Shuck the tying run. Overall, Peter hitting .314, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. First one is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Cole Calhoun is on deck.
Chapman 90-94 in his fastball and a hard slider.
And Peter has the ability to short, compact swing to drive the baseball. That's down low. 2-0.
Now he has a great count to do so. Think of the zone, center in that spot, and see if he can drive it.
Now the 2-0 pitch. 2-1.
When he's going inside with his pitches too, that's the spot where Borges can turn on it and hit it out down the left field line.
Dominguez guarding the line at third. Borges hits one to second base. Elmore feeds Gonzalez for one beat in the first. In time, a double play, and that's how this one ends. A game-ending double play turned by the Houston Astros, and the Angels dropped this one by the final of 7-5.
Well, you can't turn a better double play than what Houston did. Elmore with a flip over to Gonzalez, who threw the ball as hard as you can throw from a shortstop position to turn a 4-6-3 double play. And Borges hit that well with his speed. I didn't think there would be any chance at turning a double play, but they were able to do so. The Astros pulled that one out. Oh, what a big victory. Matt Dominguez with a big game himself. Stay tuned for Angels Live. The Astros win the series. Win this one 7-5. Victor Rojas and Tim Salmon will break it all down for you.